This is W.H. Auden reading from his poem March the 14th, 1940. In memory of W.B. Yeats. He disappeared in the dead of winter. The brooks were frozen, the airports almost deserted, and snow disfigured the public statues. The mercury sank in the mouth of the dying day. Oh, all the instruments agree, the day of his death was a dark, cold day. Far from his illness, the wolves ran on through the evergreen forest. The peasant river was untempted by the fashionable quays. By mourning tongues, the death of the poet was kept from his poems. But for him it was his last afternoon of himself, an afternoon of nurses and rumours. The provinces of his body revolted, the current of his feelings failed. He became his admirers. Now he is scattered among 100 cities, and wholly given over to unfamiliar affections, to find his happiness in another kind of wood, and be punished under a foreign code of conscience. The words of a dead man are modified in the guts of the living. But in the importance and noise of tomorrow, when the brokers are roaring like beasts on the floor of the bourse, and the poor have the sufferings to which they are fairly accustomed, and each in the cell of himself is almost convinced of his freedom, a few thousand will think of this day as one thinks of a day when one did something slightly unusual. Oh, all the instruments agree, the day of his death was a dark, cold day. You were silly like us, your gift survived it all. The parish of rich women, physical decay, yourself, mad Ireland hurt you into poetry. Now Ireland has her madness and her weather still, but poetry makes nothing happen. It survives in the valley of its saying, where executives would never want to tamper. It flows south from ranches of isolation and the busy grief, raw towns that we believe and die in. It survives, a way of happening, a mouth. Earth, receive an honoured guest. William Yeats is laid to rest. Let the Irish vessel lie, emptied of its poetry. Time that is intolerant of the brave and innocent, and indifferent in a week to a beautiful physique, worships language and forgives everyone by whom it lives, pardons cowardice, conceit, lays its honours at their feet. In the nightmare of the dark, all the dogs of Europe bark, and the living nations wait, each sequestered in its hate. Intellectual disgrace stares from every human face, and the seas of pity lie, locked and frozen in each eye. Follow, poet, follow right to the bottom of the night, with your unconstraining voice, still persuade us to rejoice. With the farming of a verse, make a vineyard of the curse, sing of human unsuccess in a rapture of distress. In the deserts of the heart, let the healing fountain start. In the prison of his days, teach the free man how to praise. Law like love. Law, say the gardeners, is the sun. Law is the one all gardeners obey, tomorrow, yesterday, today. Law is the wisdom of the old, the impotent grandfather shrillly scolds. The grandchildren put out a treble tongue. Law is the senses of the young. Law, says the priest with a priestly look, expounding to an unpriestly people. Law is the words in my priestly book. Law is my pulpit and my steeple. Law, says the judge, as he looks down his nose, speaking clearly and most severely. Law is, as I've told you before. Law is, as you know, I suppose. Law is, but let me explain once more. Law is the law. Yet law-abiding scholars write, Law is neither wrong nor right. Law is only crimes punished by places and by times. Law is the clothes men wear any time, anywhere. Law is good morning and good night. Others say law is our fate. Others say law is our state. Others say law is no more. Law's gone away. And always the loud angry crowd, very angry and very loud, law is we. And always the soft idiot, softly, me. If we, dear, know we know no more than they about the law, if I, no more than you, know what we should or should not do, except that all agree, gladly or miserably, that the law is, and that all know this, if therefore, thinking it absurd to identify law with some other word, unlike so many men, I cannot say law is again. No more than they can we suppress the universal wish to guess, or slip out of our own position into an unconcerned condition. Although I can at least confine your vanity and mine to stating a timid similarity, we shall both, like love, I say. Like love, we don't know where or why. Like love, we can't compel or fly. Like love, we often weep. Like love, we seldom keep. Casino. Only the hands are living, to the wheel attracted, are moved as deer trek desperately towards a creek, through the dust and scrub of the desert, or gently, as sunflowers turn to the light. And as the night takes up the cries of feverish children, the cravings of lions in dens, the loves of dawn, gathers them all and remains the night, the great room is full of their prayers. To the last feast of isolation, self-invited, they flock, and in the rite of disbelief are joined. From numbers all their stars are recreated, the enchanted, the world, the sad. Outside the rivers flow among the wholly living, quite near their tryst, and the mountains part them, and the bird, deep in the greens and moistures of summer, sings towards their work. But here no nymph comes naked to the youngest shepherd, the fountain is deserted, the laurel will not grow, the labyrinth is safe but endless and broken, as Ariadne's thread. As deeper in these hands is grooved their fortune, lucky were few, and it is possible that none were loved, and what was godlike in this generation was never to be born.